Speaking of Netflix, you're talking about you might have a deal with them or with Amazon. What did you think about the whole Monique thing, about the whole Netflix boycott?
Well, here's the thing. The boycott was wrong. I think in business you keep some things low key and you negotiate your deal. As a comedian, one can never tell another comic what they're worth. Like, I think that's totally wrong. You know what you're entitled to, you know what you feel. Where it became a problem with me is that when you took it to the street and you made it personal. I always believe never allow your emotions to fuck up your money. Never. So whatever you got to do to stay calm, flip the deal, or go to another carrier, like it's possible I might be going somewhere else, that you take your same thing and you go somewhere else, but you never make it personal to the point that one, you embarrass your colleagues, you become a mockery of all the comedians to make fun of you. You make boss moves. You stay low key. You get the money, and I can tell you this right now: my deal is more than 500,000. But if I had 80 million, and they still offer me 500,000, I'm taking motherfucking 500,000 because I know what I could do with 500,000. I'll take 500,000, turn 500,000 into 2.7, 3. I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna double that. I'm gonna double it. I'm never. See, we come from an era, Vlad, where remember we used to work 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you fucking remember that? 40 hours a week, 2,500, maybe 3,000 a month after taxes, the shit you bring home. 375, 450. I'm never gonna forget that in my life. So to get 500,000 for maybe an hour and 10 minutes of work is awesome. It's like going to the Mike Tyson fights back in the day, right? And Mike knock a person out in the first round and get 30 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. 30 million for a 2-minute round, insane.
Right. Well, I mean, people also have to realize that you're not getting paid that 500,000 for an hour and a half of work. You're getting paid for the years of work that's led up to that hour and a half.
That's so true. That's so true. Yep. And you just got to learn how to flip it. So with Monique, I wish her the best. I mean, I felt like she embarrassed herself just slightly a little bit, but hopefully she'll recover from that. And people still want to work with her because she is really talented, Vlad. Like if you go back to her TV show when she was on TV, she has natural, she's a natural actress. And sometimes people, what they call, can sabotage themselves. Like when you get out and you start bad-mouthing Oprah and all these other people, I just think that you badmouth yourself and you're not that powerful to recover from something like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think pocket watching Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock and Amy Schumer, I think was just a mistake.
It was a mistake.
Because at the end of the day, yes, you have Oscars, but these were not comedy Oscars.
Right.
These were, for a dramatic role.
Yes.
And Precious.
Yes.
And I felt, just as a fan, number one, I felt that as a fan of stand-up comedy, and I have a lot of stand-up comedians on my show, so I get to meet with them face to face and talk to them, and that's how much of a fan I am.
Right.
I'm not checking for a Monique special the same way I'm checking for a Chris Rock special.
I totally agree. Yes.
It just is what it is. There's no way around that.
Right, there's no way around.
You can't say you're at that level as a stand-up comedian.
Right.
You're just not.
And for the people who are listening to this, what we're also trying to say is the work that you're putting down. Yes, Monique is a great stand-up, but is she on the level of a Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock? No.
Right.
That's all we're saying.
Right.
She's good. She's going to sell out venues and do her thing, but it's not the same, but there's levels to this. And here's my point. You could have a bomb-ass attorney, Vlad, and be halfway decent and still get the money. Like, I think I'm a great stand-up and all the comics know me, but I don't have an Oscar, but I know because of the attorney that I have and the relationships that he has is the reason why I'm winning. This I know for a fact.
Right. And I think the other issue I had was when you look at Monique's fan base,
yes,
right? the majority of them are working class people.
Yes.
These are, people who have jobs, who have families to
Yes.
support. Middle class, lower class, upper middle class, lower upper class, whatever it is, these are mostly working class people who probably will not see 500,000 after 10 years of work.
You're right.
And you are telling them to boycott Netflix so you could make more than $500,000? I feel there's just a disconnect.
I totally agree with you 100%. And that's what I mean by she made it too personal. And we have our moments. We get into those situations, you get so emotional, and she got emotional. This is show business. It's 10% show, 90% business.